Hi, in this video we shall talk about curriculum and that how curriculum and gender can be identified and has been treated. Clear? But before that we need to know what curriculum implies. So let us switch to the slide. Now when we talk about curriculum, we need to understand that in every institution, in every educational institution, they need to follow certain instruction, certain program needs to be developed, isn't it so? They have a specific course which is listing out the lessons that needs to be provided. They have certain academic content in it which is which is designed to deal with a specific subject or you can say a specific discipline. Okay, so in this way it implies that we are actually stressing about the word curriculum. So curriculum, it is like it is the outline of the entire program that has been intended for a specific discipline or a specific subject content. Okay, now why is this being formed? Why this sort of curriculum is being developed? It is developed in order to deliver it or offer it to the learners who are enrolled for that particular program or for that particular course. It has to be designed in a way so as to meet the expectation of the learner, for what purpose the learner has undertaken the program or the course. Thus, in this way we can understand that it is regarded as a important part. Okay, it is regarded as an important section of the educational system. Clear? It helps the entire program decide how they are going to go about. What are their expectations from that particular program? How long will be the duration? Under that duration, what are the things that they need to be covered? So in this way, we are stressing about the curriculum that has been designed for that particular program. I hope it is clear. Now we see that this particular the curriculum, it includes the total learner's experiences, whether it is within or outside the educational institution. Clear? It should be always guided by the expectation of the learner. It should be learner centric, because if the learner has taken up the program, means the learner has some bit of expectation. If after the course the learner feels that no, this particular course was actually not meant for me, or it was of no use, so that shouldn't happen. Okay, so if we have undertaken a course, that should serve a purpose. So in this way the program has to be organized depending upon the discipline. Now I'm not saying that I want to take up I want to take up the law discipline, but I have undertaken, I've gone to the arts stream. So definitely if this is the case, then our expectations or our desired goal will never be met. So even in case of the learner should be clear in the mind as what is the expectation, what objectives they have, what is their goal having obtained this particular course. Clear? So that is the part of the learner. But as it is, when we talk about curriculum for framing up the curriculum designer should keep in mind that this particular program is meant for this particular discipline, and in a way that it should be guided by certain principles, rules, and the laws, the policies, everything, wherein the theory portion and the practical portion, everything should be designed in a well systematic way. For how much duration will it be, whether it is semester based, so and so forth. In this way, we can assume that it is regarded as an important ingredient in the part of the educational institution. An educational institution can never run successfully without a curriculum. Curriculum should be a part and parcel in their program. Thus, it is an important requirement in any educational institution. Clear? Now, coming to the derivation part. The word curriculum has been derived from the Latin word, which is currere, meaning a race or the course of a race, or to run or to proceed to reach a goal. Clear? So this means that an individual takes up the course to reach its goal, okay, to run towards its goal. Like we have undertaken a course, means it is directing us towards that particular goal. So it is goal oriented. Clear? Accordingly, we see that it is the educational and the educative program to reach a desired goal. This is what I have already stated. Now, within that curriculum, the most important part is that the learner should be in a position to get the total learning experiences. Okay, so while taking the course, the learner should be involved in all sort of activities that has been assigned in the educational program, wherein the learner will be able to get the experiences and go about it. Thus, curriculum implies the total experiences that are gathered or possessed by the learner. Clear? Now, stressing the gender with regard to the curriculum, let us see. Women has always faced several issues since before. Okay? Now, the girls, it is assumed that the girls should take up arts. They should not take up the science stream, or maybe the girls should opt for home science. So it is predetermined. Okay, the choice of curriculum is based on the parents' preferences, the parents' interests, what they feel their girl child should do and not do. But in case of boy, there are a bit of freedom as compared to that of the girl child. Now again, importance was never given to the female child. Yes, right from the beginning, as compared to the boy, the male gender, we see that the girls are not being given much importance, because the girls are felt to be probably the burden of the society. At one point of time it was so. Also, it is also regarded that they are to know much about the household activities, knitting, stitching, cooking. hmm? Producing children. But whereas the boys are like they have a choice. If they want to continue their studies, they can go ahead, but there is a point of time when the girls' education stops. Maybe due to marriage or many other reasons. Now, this sort of gender differences should be considered and dealt and overcome. There were, of course, several approaches and committees formed to deal with these issues, and to a great extent measures has been taken up. Okay, education is not the right, of a girl child. Okay, here it has given wrongly. Education is not considered to be the right of a female gender. It is the right of the male gender. Clear? So it is considered as the right. Okay. It is considered as the right of female gender. Oh, sorry, male gender. Clear? So in this way we see that more space are being given to the male gender than to the female gender. It is considered that after several meetings, discussions, and the educationists and all, they have come up with the view that female education is as important as that of the boy, because if female is educated, nation's development can be expected. Clear? So there are several slogans coming up, but ultimately we even now we see that female are not being given as much important as that of the male gender. Clear? So this needs to be really taken into account. Okay, so coming to the next is the difference between man and woman should be dealt with. Clear? So several committees are formed in order to consider that the problems relating to a girl child, a woman, should be dealt very carefully. These differences should be sorted out. There were women right movement. Okay, it has come up. Why? In order to protect the rights of women, in order to make them aware about their rights, in order to handle them and know their responsibilities. Clear? Now, the NCERT has also emphasized to undertake and promote research, development, training, and extension activities in the areas of girls' child education and women empowerment. Clear? So we see that such initiatives for has been undertaken through research. Research has been carried out to see that what are the issues relating to women development and so on, how a woman or a girl child's education can be promoted, what should be done in order to empower women, what sort of activities needs to be included, so on and so forth. So initiative has been taken up. Also, to intervene in the areas of policy planning, curriculum, and teacher education for removing gender bias and gender disparities. So, NCERT has also taken a great initiative for doing away with the barrier, doing away with this bias attitude, bias approach. Okay, it aims to develop curriculum and teacher education wherein initiative can be taken up for promoting, for extending assistance, for bringing about empowerment or to generate empowerment among the girl child or the woman. Clear? Like, although we see education is considered to be a tool for developing a balanced approach, whether you call it a equal treatment between the genders, but in the practical scenario we see that this is actually not happening. It is still far ahead, or you can say it is still a distant dream. There are many case studies, research, as I said, the projects has been taken out and still going on, but yet it is a distant dream. Okay, so I suggest that awareness is something very important. Well, coming to the next is, even if it was emphasized that there will not be gender biasness, yet in institution we cannot overcome the fact that differences are seen and created. I've already mentioned that many slogans has come up. Many research work has been done. Many initiatives has been taken up. But still, it is seen even today that gender biasness exists in today's situation. Now, the next is, it has also been seen that when ladies are found doing exceptionally well as compared to the boys, they are looked down and not given importance. Now, I would just, in a nutshell, would like to stress on this is that when a male gender performs well, they are being credited, okay, they are being recognized. But in case of female child, they really have to plead. It is not that easy. If they have talent, if they are doing exceptionally well, there are still doubts remaining among the parents. Will I send a child for further education? Will I send a child abroad to get some better training? Will I abroad? Sending abroad is another thing, but sending the child out of the state also, it becomes a questionable thing among the parents or even the society. What will happen if I send my girl child outside? So you see, no matter a talent exists in them, no creativity might be there, but still it becomes a challenging task for the girl child to prove themselves. Thus we see that differences exist. We say that there should not be differences, but differences exist. They cannot go far. They have to think many times, several times, before taking a single decision. Girl child even feels fear to approach, to come up with their ideas, to come up with their views, to come up with their their wishes. Okay, so in this case we see now, even with regard to the early marriage also, like I've personally come across many of my teacher training students. They like after the marriage, what happens is that they are not being able to attend the classes regularly. They like due to in-laws problem, the expectation in the part of the in-laws. Some of them, they even come up to me stating that, madam, like my marriage will be whole, so I have to really finish up my assignments fast because I will have a problem. There's so many instances coming up. Clear? So these sort of issues, like of course, again the state becomes a major factor, because when I was in Northeast, that much issues never come up, because the girl child's marriage was not considered to be so much important, early marriages and all. Okay, the girls are allowed to work and continue the studies. There are certain issues, but when I dropped into the other state, West Bengal, now presently I'm working, but here I see that young, the girls are getting married, they are settled. It really amuses me, like so fast, huh? Anyway, so you see, there are different like religion, society, everything comes into factor. We cannot just generalize this case. However, we see that such early marriages also stops their studies, because the in-laws may not be happy in clearing out the dues, the fees, or maybe the fear of staying out of the home for long. So there may be several cases anyway, but we see that even if the boy gets married, such problem doesn't arise. Clear? Then coming to the next part is that when we talk about curriculum, again there are some ethical issues coming up, and ethical issues, like take for example, the learner try to sort out the situation basing on their evaluation as whether it is right or wrong. The next is, it is content based, wherein the teacher and the student are involved. Okay, now in this case, ethical case, we see that evaluations, like whether this thing I'm doing it correctly, or whether I'm doing wrongly, or whether I'm going in the right direction, or in a different direction. So that decision is totally entire me. It is totally in the learner. It is with the learner. So they are the one who is going to sort out these sort of situation. Clear? And when we talk about content based, it is the teacher and the students, they are collaboratively involved in coming up with certain maybe solutions, or maybe certain maybe conclusion to of that particular situation. Clear? So that's it. Then again we see that with regard to their the treatment, the gender biasness is also been observed. The teacher might treat or assign more tasks to the male gender, saying that okay, female, even like a very simple example I would like to give is that, like supposing some academic programs is being conducted, the lady teachers, the female gender are being asked to go home early, whereas the male gender, they are asked to stay back and work for longer period of time. because it is expected that the boys will be able to handle themselves, but if girls stay late, means there will be a problem. So there are certain time bound. Clear? So even with regard to some assignments, some project work, some strong basic field work are being entrusted to the boys and not to the girls. Clear? So these sort of differential attitude exist even among the educator or the teacher. Then the development of the whole child should be the concern of the child. Of course, we are concerned about the wholesome personality development, the wholesome development of the child. That should be the concern of each and every teacher. Both should be considered to be an important part of the learning process. Honestly, if we talk about the education system, there are researchers being found, and of course, personal experiences when it comes to, we see that girls are found to be more laborious towards their duties and responsibilities as compared to that of the boys. But when we try to give maybe reinforcement, or maybe an identity about their work and task, we see that the boys are being focused more than that of the girls. Clear? So coming to the next is, there are many commissions, whether it is in the national level and state level, they have taken issues among with regard to the women and how to safeguard them. All these had been taken up in both the central and the state level. Many work, as I said, it has already come up, commissions has come up. Okay, the main purpose is women's safeguard. Now, irrespective of their gender, okay, and irrespective of what they are, they should be treated equally. Okay, that is understood. Now, specifically when we talk about a girl child, again there are many strata. Okay, we can there are many strata, like you talk about the religion, you talk about the caste, you talk about the creed, you talk about the language, you talk about their economic status, so many. So even with regard to that cluster, when you cluster it, stratified it, even with respect to that, even if the girl child belongs to SC category, ST category, or maybe black or white or whatever, they must be treated equally. These committees has not taken up basing on their caste, creed and all. Okay, remember that. It has been taken up basing on their gender. So irrespective of what they are, they should be treated equally. Is that clear? They should never be looked down upon men. Clear? In a nutshell, we can say that women play a very prominent role in the society, and they should be encouraged to develop themselves. They should be encouraged to undertake several courses as per their talent and ability. They should be encouraged to go out of the state, or maybe out of their household activities, to explore themselves, to understand themselves. Clear? So in this way, we see that if women are given a chance to develop, they will do a lot in the society. Okay, so I want you all to focus on this part and make sure you as a trainee should always regard everyone to be same. Do not differentiate among them. Clear? So thank you so much.